What's going on, Dolphins? It is your boy Dillon, and I'm here to do, as previously promised, my playoff update. This one is going to be for the divisional round. I am going to give you the quick updates too on the draft positioning from Tankathon, and then we'll get into the NFL playoff predictor. We'll see what I got wrong and what I got right from this past week, and then we'll take a look at the upcoming matchups and give win-loss predictions in those. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. And we're going to start here with the NFL draft order. So as you can see, we'll just run through the whole thing. Jacksonville is number one. Obviously, the first, well, at this point, the first 24 picks are in the books. So it's going to be Jacksonville at 1, Detroit at 2, Houston at 3, Jets at 4, and Giants to round out the top 5. Then you have Carolina at 6, Giants from Chicago, Atlanta, Denver, Jets from Seattle to round out the top 10. Then you have Washington, Minnesota, Cleveland, Baltimore, Philly from Miami. So the pick that we give to the Eagles is going to be at 15. They will then be picking right after that at 16 because they have their pick from the Colts. Then you have the Chargers and the Saints to round out all of the non-playoff teams. Then in the wild card round losers, you have Philadelphia at 19, Pittsburgh at 20, New England at 21, Vegas at 22, Arizona at 23, and Dallas at 24, which moves us into the divisional round, which we'll get to it in just a minute. I would think San Francisco is going to lose this week, but you never know. So we'll have to wait and see how it plays out. But as of right now, well, you have Cincinnati at 25, and then we come in. Our pick is currently at 26 from San Francisco. Then you have Buffalo at 27, Detroit from the Rams at 28, KC and Tampa Bay will be the conference championship losers if it played out like this. Obviously, this is just how it falls currently based off of, win-loss record and tiebreakers and stuff like that. It doesn't, it's not who's gonna win, but then Tennessee and Green Bay to round out the Super Bowl contenders and the Super Bowl, the teams that made it to the Super Bowl. So anyway, there you have it. The Dolphins currently pick at 26. We gave the Eagles a 15. So, and that's about, where I figured it probably would end up being, is somewhere around here. Even with my 6 and 11, I mean, if it was 6 and 11, well, if we went 6 and 11, we probably would have been a top 10, which would make sense, but 9 and 8, makes sense to be somewhere around the mid-teens. And then I figured that the Niners would lose in the wild card round, and then we would be picking somewhere between 19 and 24. That didn't happen, so now it's currently between 25 and 28. Currently sits at 26. All right, now let's go ahead and jump into the playoffs. And what's going on there. So first off, we're going to take a look at the wild card round and where I was right, where I was wrong, what did I predict right and wrong based off of, wins, loss. So if we can remember, going back to my last video, the AFC teams, I chose all the home teams. The NFC teams, I did choose one upset, but I didn't think it was going to be the Niners over the Cowboys. I actually thought it was going to be the Cardinals over the Rams. So those were the two games that I got wrong. I was right about Cincinnati, Buffalo, and KC winning, as well as Tampa Bay, but I was wrong about these two over here. Arizona ended up losing to the Rams, and obviously San Francisco beat the Cowboys. So with that, now, obviously, there is some implications for the Dolphins when it comes to their head coaching search, right? So now that the Cowboys are eliminated, we can talk to some of their guys. Although, we did just interview Mike McDaniel from the 49ers today, and we already have on Sunday, I believe it was Sunday after the game, though, that we interviewed Brian Dabble and Leslie Frazier from the Bills. So, now that some of these, with teams being eliminated, though, it does allow more opportunities for these guys to be interviewed. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on now to the divisional round. So Green Bay and Tennessee are both coming off their byes because they were the number 1 seed. They had the first round bye. And now we have a very interesting matchup. I mean, all of these are going to be really good games, I think. There's only one game that I would say seems like a pretty for sure thing. Otherwise, the other 3 I think could really go either way. So we're going to take a look at this. Let's start with the NFC real quick. I'm going to say Tampa Bay over the Rams. I mean, again, it's like you can really make strong arguments either way, but I'm going to take the home team. I'm going to take the Bucs, defending champions. I'm going to take Tom Brady over Stafford. Both teams have solid defenses, really solid defenses. It could end up being a relatively low-scoring game. You know, that is possible, but I'm going to edge Tampa Bay over the Rams. I'm going to say this is the one, San Francisco versus Green Bay, that I would think is actually the easy one. Aaron Rodgers over Jimmy Garoppolo, and the Green Bay team is just overall better than San Francisco. But San Francisco, man, they're scrappy fuckers, and you never know. They could end up winning. They've had some, you know, pretty substantial upsets this year. And even in the playoffs this past week, right, over the Cowboys. So, but I am going to take Green Bay over San Francisco, which hopefully then will eliminate them from further dropping our pick and, you know, continuing on. Now, these are going to be real interesting games in the AFC side. And by the way, I will be doing a live stream for both of these. Because the Tennessee and Cincinnati game is going to be on Saturday and the KC Buffalo game is going to be on Sunday. So I will be doing live streams for both of those games. And both of these games, honestly, I could really see going either way. I'm actually going to choose an upset here, but it's going to be Buffalo over KC. And then I'm going to take Tennessee over Cincinnati. Part of the reason, now, again, I do think that both of these games could go either way. Honestly, I know, you know, I should be, and don't get me wrong, like I am rooting against the Bills, although I don't have the same seething hatred for my division rivals as most fans do, but I am rooting against the Bills, so I will be rooting for the Chiefs in that game, but I do think the Bills will end up edging it out, especially because they've been committing to the run game a lot more, and it's got that offense back to being pretty deadly, and I do like the Buffalo defense over KC's defense. And so I am going to take the away team in this with the upset for the week, Buffalo over KC. Tennessee, I do think, especially because Derrick Henry is going to be back and they're the home team. And, you know, Joe Burrow, he's done well. He's done phenomenal. He just won his first playoff game. But he's still a young guy. He's still got a lot of room to grow. So does that Bengals team. And I think that the Tennessee Titans are just a more complete team. But I will keep it real. I am going to be rooting for the Titans in that game because, as you guys know, I am a fan of Tannehill, and I do like Vrabel. I think he's an awesome coach. I like what he's done there in Tennessee, and I'm rooting for him. So, but I do think that they have the overall more well-rounded team. They do have a really good defense that would be able to get some pressure on Joe Burrow. Obviously, Tannehill, even though I do think that Burrow probably has a higher ceiling than what Tannehill has, he's got Derrick Henry back. He's got A.J. Brown and Julio Jones. These guys are coming off of, you know, bye weeks, so they got all that extra rest. They're getting guys healthy. They have their entire offensive line back. I just think that they're going to be the better and more experienced team, and so I think they're going to get the win. But we'll see how it plays out. And so with that, that is going to start wrapping up this video here, my playoff / draft order updates for you guys. So I hope you guys appreciate it. There's going to be a lot more to come. Like I said in my previous videos, we're going to start taking deeper dives into the free agency period and the off season here soon. I think at the latest I'll probably start really diving deep into that once the Super Bowl is over and the season has officially ended, because then you can really start to gear into that. But I may do some stuff beforehand. Obviously, I just did a video the other day dipping my toes in and really starting to take our first look at the free agency period. We took a look at some of the Dolphins free agents, some important free agents for them. So make sure you check out that video. And before I do get out of here, make sure you check out the Rave On Sports App, the new fan-driven sports app for all of your sports, whether it be basketball, baseball, football, college, whatever you like, they got it. And they're looking to enhance your game day experience with live play-by-play coverage, live chats with other fans and content creators like myself, as well as providing you with an arena to dispute all of the terrible officiating. So make sure you look for the links to that in the description box. And with that, I'm gonna get out of here. I hope you guys appreciate my perspective. If you do, make sure you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the bell if you want to get the alerts. Share my channel and videos with your friends and family. Leave your questions, comments, and concerns down in the comment section. Of course, as always, follow me on Twitter at DillonTartaro, as well as on Instagram at Dolphins_with_Dillon. And with that, I am out. I'll see y'all soon. Phins up.
Miami wins it.